Appalachian genealogy presents tracing missing paternal lines with Appalachian bastardy bonds.
This diagram represents a specific gap in the historical record. While the maternal line is traced back through several generations, the paternal branch stops here. When researching children born to unmarried mothers in early Appalachia, researchers find that standard birth records and censuses often leave this side of the tree entirely blank. To fill this void, we look to a specific category of documents, bastardy bonds. These were legal agreements created to ensure that an unwed father provided financial maintenance for his child, rather than leaving the responsibility to the local government. In early Appalachian settlements, communities functioned with a focus on practical stability. Because of this, the legal records are remarkably restrained. They rarely include moral commentary or public shaming, as the court was primarily concerned with the management of limited county resources. The law maintained a clear expectation for unmarried men. They were required to acknowledge their role and provide financial support to ensure their child did not become a public charge on the county budget. Because the local magistrates were strictly focused on protecting public funds, they inadvertently created a factual paper trail. Researchers can use these documents to identify fathers who are otherwise absent from the traditional genealogical record. To find these documents, navigate directly to regional archival hubs. The North Carolina State Archives and the Library of Virginia offer dedicated guides and digitized chancery records for these cases. Chancery records are equity court documents that handle disputes over fairness and obligations, which frequently include family and estate matters. You will also need to access the Tennessee State Library and Archives, the University of Kentucky Libraries, and the Family Search Bastardy Bonds collection. Before searching for the physical bastardy bond document itself, check the County Court Minutes. These minutes are the necessary first step in the research process. This 1824 court minute from Washington County, Tennessee, demonstrates the value of these records. It preserves the mother's sworn testimony, where Sarah H. formally names William R. as the father. If the accused denied responsibility, magistrates weighed her testimony against his denial, and finding sufficient evidence, legally held him accountable for the child's support. Checking the minutes first ensures you capture these initial testimonies and rulings, which are often omitted from the final financial bond. Once you have the document, shift your focus to the secondary names listed on the page. Start with the witnesses who appeared on behalf of the mother. Because unmarried Appalachian women frequently lived with extended kin, the court witnesses were usually her own parents, uncles, or siblings. Cross-reference these surnames with local church rolls and tax lists from the same period. This allows you to identify the mother's maiden name and map her wider family network. Now examine the signatures at the bottom of the bastardy bond, the sureties. A surety takes legal responsibility for another's financial obligation. The court required the accused to find these backers to guarantee his pledge, who were almost always his blood relatives or close associates. Analyzing these names allows you to differentiate between men with common surnames in the same region. By identifying the financial backers, you can pinpoint the specific paternal family line. It was not uncommon for a named father to leave the county shortly after the court proceedings to avoid his financial obligations. To track his movements, analyze the county tax rolls and militia lists in the years immediately following the bond date. You should also check for short-term land transactions. A quick property sale often signals a sudden, unannounced relocation by the father. Next, examine the county poor relief ledgers for child maintenance payments. Poor relief ledgers are local government accounts that recorded funds distributed to support residents in need. Tracing these parallel tax and relief records shows exactly how long the father remained in the area, paying his debt, providing a concrete timeline of his physical presence in the community. Navigating these specific county collections transforms an empty space on a birth record into a fully documented family network. By locating the bond and extracting the extended family from the witnesses and sureties, you can see the paternal line expanding into new branches. The result is a completed paternal lineage, fully integrated into the historical tree. Bastardy bonds do more than identify a single ancestor. They restore entire lineages by utilizing the practical, financial survival networks of early Appalachian communities.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, follow, and share. You can also visit us at AppalachianGenealogy.com for more history and resources from the mountains. Thanks for joining us today. Like, follow, and share for more Appalachian history, stories, and genealogy. Visit us on the blog at www.appalachiangenealogy.com.